What's up, everybody? Welcome to the VSM Real Estate Podcast, getting you closer to massively successful players in the Twin Cities real estate market. I'm your host, Andre Anderson, today joined by Jordan Lundell.
Thank you very much. It's cool to be on this side.
Yeah, the man behind the cameras and the soundboard.
It's a little different.
It's a little different, huh?
I like it, though.
Yeah.
We got these new mics. Check them out.
Dude, these are awesome. These are the Shure S7M.
SM7B.
God damn it, I don't even know. Yeah, you know way more than I do for this.
Jake knows more than me.
It flows down. It's trickle down knowledge.
It is.
Yeah, for sure. So today we want to kind of get in touch with where the content genius is coming from and all the VSM kind of media efforts and all this kind of stuff coming on. So we wanted to bring you on. Can you kind of explain to the audience who you are? I mean, they got a little bit of a taste right now, but just who you are, how you got into VSM and everything, and working with VSM and everything.
So let's go back to last December.
Okay.
Graduated college.
2018.
Okay. Finance degree.
Oh, there you go.
Right. I was set up to be a financial advisor.
Yeah.
I'd interned at a company 2 summers and absolutely loved it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, great company, great people. And I was going to do that full time.
Mm.
Got done with school. That last semester I was studying for all the, placement tests to get my license and everything. Went into the job and I'm like, all right, I can make this work. Like, I know it's really hard.
Yeah.
I think I'm passionate about it.
Yeah.
3 months in and I was like, nope, I don't want to do this.
Don't feel it. Yeah.
And I always liked making stuff.
Yeah.
That's what I've always liked to do. Like, before in college, I would make random GoPro videos of just vacation, hanging out with friends, doing whatever.
Nice. Yeah.
Taking pictures, doing that sorts of stuff. And I've always liked that.
Yeah.
And so it's probably for the last month at the financial advising gig where I was sitting there going, okay, how can I make this my job?
Right.
Because I like it that much and I'm not a fan of this job. I love the people there. I love the company, but it was just not for me.
Kind of soul sucking.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's something you have to be truly passionate about.
Mm-hmm.
And props to the people who do it because they do great things. And we had Stephanie Fetzer on and
she rocks it.
That's the profession. And she's phenomenal at it. Mm-hmm. But I was sitting there, I was just like, I can't do this. Had a long talk with my dad, left work on a Friday. I was watching Tiger Woods in the Masters.
Nice.
Left work on a Friday and I was like, Dad, I can't do this anymore.
He won this one. Or
he
just
did.
This last one.
That's why it's kind of like a bittersweet for me.
Right.
Because I had told my dad I was going to quit my job, but Tiger won the Masters.
Yeah.
But I was like, Dad, I can't do this. And I expected some pushback right away, and he was 100% like, okay, you're fine. What do you want to do? Like, me and your mom will support you in anything. And I was like, okay, that's freaking awesome.
That is awesome.
So I was literally just for 2 weeks, I was just applying to any kind of marketing job I could because I knew I needed some marketing background to get ultimately where I wanted to be, which is starting my own marketing company, which we've done.
Yeah.
But I'll get to that. And so I was applying to all these gigs and I kept hearing back from these companies. It was the same thing over and over. It's like, we like your resume. We like your school. We like your previous jobs you've had, but you don't have a marketing degree, so we're not going to hire you. And I'm like, oh my goodness, I can't catch a break.
Which is crazy because
these companies like me, but they just you don't have a marketing degree. You can't.
Yeah.
We're not going to give you a shot. So fast forward a couple weeks now, and I'm still searching all over Google, and I come across a site, Barefoot Student, and there's a posting from VSM.
Really? Oh,
and
wow.
All it says is looking for someone to help with social media.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I freaking love that job posting.
Yeah.
There's nothing like, you need this and this intangible. You need this on your resume.
Yep.
We're just looking for someone to help. And I sent a info@ email. I was like, hey, I'd love to help. Ryan emailed me back and said, hey, I'm the CEO. Let's go have lunch.
And you're like, what?
He didn't ask me to submit a resume. He didn't ask me to, tell him where I went to school or anything. He just said, come out to lunch. Let's chat about it. Went out to lunch and he asked me, he's like, what do you want to do basically with your life? What are your passions? What do you think you're kind of set out to do? And I was like, I want to make videos. I want to produce content for companies and ultimately have my own company. And he's still hasn't asked me what'd you major in? I eventually got there, but It's like he gave me this shot, and I was like, this is awesome. I like this vibe he's giving off. Like he's just wants to know who I am and how I can help, instead of just what does it say on this piece of paper.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's how it ultimately got started. I was doing stuff for VSM for a while.
Mm-hmm.
Met with Ryan, and again, after a couple weeks, and he's like, this is past couple weeks have kind of been a test run for you. He's like, I just want to, test the waters, see how you're going to do.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, I've always wanted to start a marketing company. Let's start one up.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, hell yeah, let's
go.
start one up.
Yeah.
And that's how Motiv Marketing and Media got created. And now we've been going for 5 months now.
Yeah.
And I'm loving it.
Yeah, for sure. And everyone loves your content too.
Yeah, I appreciate
like,
that.
Killing the podcast right now, and like all these other videos you're doing, like that whiskey bourbon thing
that
you showed
cool.
me. Yeah.
I just got my new camera, so I had to test
4K.
it out.
Yeah, no doubt.
Sony A7 III, love it.
Yeah, for sure. And I kind of wanted to get in a little bit on the frustrations. I think that we're going to see probably a shift, and I know you're a huge proponent of looking at social media content creators, of course, like Gary Vee and whatnot.
Yes.
He like constantly has been saying like for a long time now, like there's going to be a shift of people not really caring too much about resumes and whatnot.
Exactly.
Like, and you actually see that with like business owners such as Ryan. They don't give people don't give two shits about what the paper is. It's like what can you actually do for somebody, you know what I mean? And of course, I think as an organization, not necessarily just companies, but like as an organization grows in size, there's more bureaucracy, red tape, and like more I need to cover my own ass kind of mentality rather than what's the right fit. So of course, if they were to hire somebody with no marketing degree, but could actually has a portfolio or something that's shows them that they're qualified, if it ends up failing, then like, well, I mean,
yeah, right.
We look at look at this. He had the degree and
exactly
from some college or whatever. But I think hustle, sweat, the desire and the passion is so much more important.
Exactly.
And, are you hungry for something? Do you want to get something done? And that's a swift transition and pretty awesome, I'd have to say, from going from I'm at this corporate job, and I want to eventually get to my own, having my own company.
Exactly.
Man, that might be a decade or two out. I don't know. And
exactly.
then 6 months later, oh, I'm running the shit.
Everything just started to kind of fall into place.
Right.
And it was awesome.
Yeah, for sure. So that's super. That's awesome. How's that? How's the feeling of the transition and everything? Obviously pretty good, but
it was good. Honest, it was fast.
Mm-hmm.
So I went from not being able to get interviews at places to, and I was just at that point I was just kind of trying to build a portfolio of videos. So my mom was having me do real estate videos.
Mm-hmm.
I was making random whatever I can videos with my drone.
Mm-hmm.
So I went from that point to meeting with Ryan to the very next day going out and making
videos. We did
for
4 flips and stuff.
We did 4 VSM vlogs and just followed him and Nick around at properties, and they just kind of walked through and decided whether or not they wanted to buy those for flips.
Mm-hmm.
And then it kind of evolved into doing more and more with VSM, and it kept going quicker and quicker and
mm-hmm.
building more.
Mm-hmm.
And then ultimately he just said, let's start this up.
Yeah.
It's and it's having a partner like Ryan with someone who has that experience of starting companies, because
for sure.
he's done that.
Yeah.
It's been awesome.
Excellent. It's awesome that your parents actually supported you too, because that's a huge thing for people. If they didn't support you, would you have felt comfortable or confident to go out and because there's probably one of the reasons why you were doing finance was to fulfill expectations of parents or family or.
Yeah, I'll dive into that. So throughout college, I wasn't forced to pick a major. I just kind of picked one
mm-hmm.
because I like the stock market. Stock market's fun to me.
Mm-hmm.
My grandma's really into it, so I got into it. And so I kind of just picked finance and was like, okay, what can I do for a finance job? And financial advisor popped up. I think I literally might have Googled highest paying finance jobs.
Mm-hmm. And then
financial advisor.
Yeah, sales jobs and whatnot.
Yeah, and so I was like, okay, let's do that, because then if I make a lot of money, I can fund my other goals, which would just be, living a fun life or something mm-hmm. that's fulfilling.
Mm-hmm.
But that's just totally opposite of what I should have done.
Mm-hmm. What's your idea of a fun life?
Just run around. I love making videos. So just making stuff
You're already-
for people
you're already
and
winning.
having it benefit them.
Yeah.
Like that's fun for me. But being able to like travel and, you know, kind of document those moments.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, so I had this internship. They offered me a job and I was like, sweet, I have a job when I'm out of college. So now I can focus on finishing school and football. And that's all I really worried about at that time. I was like, when I get to my job, I'll worry about that. And so I got there, then yeah, absolutely realized that just wasn't for me.
Mm-hmm.
And so I did think there would be pushback from my parents. And inside I was like, even if they do push back, like I need to give what I actually like to do a shot,
Mm-hmm.
because I know I can't, this is like what I want to do.
Right, for sure.
So I think, no, they've been absolutely huge supporting me. And just like my mom, if say I'm having like a lull in production and whatnot,
Mm-hmm.
she'll call me up and be like, hey, I have a property. Do you want to come shoot it?
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, of course. Like, thanks. You don't have to do that. But like, she has her own photographer and whatnot, but she'll call me up sometimes.
Yeah.
And so they've been
Rock
awesome.
on.
Truly awesome.
That's awesome. Yeah.
I got a question for you.
Yeah, go ahead, man.
So from a real estate agent's perspective, how do you guys view, so let's start with, how do you guys view utilizing marketing as a whole? And how do you guys view like utilizing video marketing?
Mm-hmm.
How do you think that is beneficial to you? Do you guys, I know like agents are busy. Like what goes into, you know, an agent's mindset? Say if someone cold reached out to Andre Anderson and said, hey, I'd love to make a video of this property.
Mm-hmm. Would
Like
you like to star in my video?
Yeah. Okay. But yeah, so if I said that to you, like, hey, I want to make this video of your property,
Yeah.
it would help you market the property. What goes through your mind?
Well, I think you have to also understand that there are a huge variation of agents. So you have a lot of different demographics within real estate agents. Some that are very technically savvy and very pro marketing, and then those that aren't as well. I think for most people, they might not be doing like any sort of video marketing per se, but their idea of marketing is, you know, like billboard signs or the bus stop,
Mm-hmm.
park benches or whatever, you know, or, you know, ads in the papers, or some people are doing, you know, Facebook marketing, all this kind of stuff, automated like text messaging, you know, everything there. So I would say that it's a relatively new concept or people know about it, but they don't know it. You know what I
Right.
mean? So I think
It's hard for them to trust it.
it's hard for them to trust it. You know, it's definitely something where you'd have to become the expert and really kind of help them and walk them through things. I see that as a major barrier for a lot of real estate agents. Some agents maybe aren't even spending money on marketing in general. So then there's another topic that you have to maybe put your financial advisor hat on, which, look at that, you already
I have
it.
it.
You
I
have
mean,
it.
I
Yeah.
took the test, man.
Yeah, you took
I'm
the
still
test,
technically
yeah.
licensed.
Oh, that's awesome, man.
I know,
Yeah, so
so-
you could do, hey, I got media, and then
Right.
let's make sure
There you
how the marketing will impact your financial situation.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
So it's all about that synergy.
Synergy, man.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
Synergy. Yeah, so I think that those are going to be some obstacles to address and whatnot whenever you are cold calling or you're looking at something like that. Just addressing spending marketing. You know, some don't. Some just want to do their own sphere, something like that. For some people, you'd want to play on, you know, the celebrity factor, or, you know, like the
Kind of building that personal brand.
right, exactly. Not necessarily like probably leaning into like creating more of an ego. A lot of times when working with a lot of other real estate agents, I've worked with many really great real estate agents, especially in the beginning. I want to say that I've worked with some that are very, I guess you could say, egotistical, or, you know, there's like a certain, and you'll run into them all the time. Just talk to any agent. There's always somebody that is just like, I'm doing 30 deals this year.
Right.
I've been in this business 20 years. I'm like, oh, great. That's
Good
cool.
for you.
Good for you, man. Glad you enjoy your job. So yeah, so you'll kind of see that, and that might be a good strategy as well. So yeah, you're just gonna have to address the obstacles of how does my spending money on this in particular going to be good? What is, you know, video content? And like, how is that going to impact my business? People that don't do any marketing at all, you know, just having a conversation on marketing in general, and then of course technical components, or maybe kind of playing to building them up as a person.
Right.
You know what I mean? And
Absolutely.
like making them the sexy, shiny object for
sure.
people to view. So
For sure. And I think it's important too, because I think some people or agents want that type of, you know, brand or persona.
Mm-hmm.
And I think some maybe more so don't want to be at all, like
right,
the
for sure
face of.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
At the end of the day, I feel like in this day and age especially, you have to, I mean, you can be successful obviously without it, like it's been done.
Mm-hmm.
But the rate that society's moving towards social media and utilizing it for business, it's like you almost have to have some type of presence.
Mm-hmm. It's much more likely for you to succeed if you have some sort of digital footprint, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And people these days, me for example, if I went and saw an address for a house that I wanted to buy, first thing I'm gonna do is Google that address. And if I find pictures, great. Those are cool. Like I can look at pictures.
If you got a video.
But that's what I'm saying. If you have a video where you're
especially a drone shot
or something, you know, where you're actually almost physically walking through the property and you have someone making it look cinematic and awesome, that triggers a feeling in the viewer's head that's like, okay, now I really want to go look at this property.
Like they just made a movie about the property I want to buy.
Exactly.
Oh my God.
See, and I don't think that's the case for everyone.
No.
Like someone younger, millennial age, like that's going to be a huge kind of trigger for them to say, I really want to go look at that property. That looks sweet.
Mm-hmm.
But
well, I think, I don't know, maybe even different demographics would find it very fancy.
Right.
You know, they'd be like, wow.
No, that's very true. That's very true. But yeah, for the people, I guess, who don't, if they're scrolling through social media and they see a video and they go right by it because they don't want to watch a video.
Oh, right.
And then they just like, oh, that was a house, but yeah, it's a 2-minute long video. I don't want to watch it.
Mm-hmm.
That's where, I mean, pictures obviously come into play, but.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So you were talking about your, you know, how when you were doing the financial advisor, it was like, man, I kind of, you know, I'm passionate about it, or, you know, maybe I want to be passionate, or maybe I hope I'm supposed to be passionate. Anytime you feel that, like, that's the thing, like when you're first starting out, like it's your first job, you're just like fresh out of college. Like I felt it with my previous job. I'm like, oh yeah, like I know I'm pretty passionate about this specific avenue. And then as you get into it, you're just like, oh, this kind of sucks.
Yeah.
Like,
and you know what made it so much more worse was the people at that company are amazing.
Yeah.
I had a great mentor, you know, great coworkers, and they were awesome. I wanted it to work so much. But it just, like you said, there was never that fire.
Yeah.
I couldn't get to that point, and you need that with that career.
Right, for sure.
Yeah.
Because it's high energy, you have high ambition, high drive,
right,
all that kind of stuff. And if you don't have the passion to like weather the storms that are inevitable, like for like obviously like video content, media content, all that kind of stuff, you probably can like weather the storms way more because you have an inherent, like you're already winning just by doing your job.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So like if you had all the money in the world, you still probably would want to be doing what you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Maybe at like a larger scale, or like going around, or you know, you should come with me to some other countries and we can make some cool videos.
Okay, that would be awesome.
Yeah, let's do that.
Foreign real estate.
Yeah. There it is.
Deal.
Reach. There it is.
But yeah, going back a little bit. So speaking of like having that, video was kind of my side hustle. Wasn't getting paid for it or anything while I just like to do it.
Mm-hmm.
And so as I was an advisor, I knew I needed to like kind of feel that fire somehow. And so I was finding ways of how I could possibly incorporate video into that career. And I don't know if you're familiar with like compliance in the financial advising kind of world. It's so incredibly strict. Like you just have to be so careful exactly what you're saying and how you're posting, especially with social media content.
Yes, yeah.
You have to be extremely careful. Mm-hmm. And that for me was something that was holding me back. Like I couldn't even post on Facebook without having it go through like a 2-day like review process.
Wow.
And so it was stuff like that. Like they had scripted stuff that you could post that was already approved. But it's like every other advisor's posting that.
He's going to be doing that.
And
yeah,
it kind of just seems, that's not the type of content I liked putting out. It was kind of
for sure
corporate and robotic. But I think you kind of, with social media and, you know, a business page, you need that sense of this guy's a person too. Like he doesn't just focus on business 24/7. Like he's a person.
Right, for sure. And so that's what people are going to connect with.
Right.
The story of the
They
person.
connect with the people.
Yeah.
And so that was kind of the end, like, all right, I kind of got to move on from this. So
For sure.
yeah.
Yeah, that all makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
So right now, kind of tell us what you're doing. You're mostly working with VSM. I know you're working
Yep.
with some other people and whatnot, providing video content and,
Yep.
and kind of learning marketing and all that, or doing marketing and whatnot.
Yeah. So mostly doing stuff for VSM agents. Did some stuff for a cell tower company. That was a lot of fun.
Oh, wow.
Got to go hang out with them at a job site for a couple days and fly drone, and
Cool.
they loved all the equipment. I made some other videos with some other real estate investors, Todd Dexheimer, working with Mike Sowers. But yeah, right. That's another thing that Ryan's been absolutely amazing at, is just providing me with connections. But when I'm ready, it's like he'll ask me, like, "Are you ready for, another connection or someone else you can make a video for?" I'm like, "Yes." He'll send an email. 2 minutes later, I'll have a video set up
or something.
It's unbelievable. But yeah, speaking of learning about marketing, we are just sort of rolling out this new kind of, instead of just strictly making videos, we're finding ways to market them, using Facebook Pixel and other types of, social media marketing to be able to utilize those videos, because the video is only so good if people are seeing it, right? It's like you can post it on YouTube and Facebook, but if people
don't have any
5
links
people
to
are
it
viewing, yeah, exactly.
Or
So-
60 or 70 people that view.
Exactly.
Us, yeah.
72 maybe, I don't know,
72.
we'll figure it out.
We're going to get to 75 with this one, at
Right.
least.
Let's
Yeah.
get to 100.
Let's get to 750.
Right.
Let's
But,
get to 1,000. Yeah.
1,000.
Yeah,
First
more.
one, then the other.
Okay, then 100,000 after that.
Right. But yeah, that's been something new that I've personally been diving into, is the Facebook Pixel, Facebook ads and Google ads, and learning how to operate that, because once again, I wasn't a marketing major and kind of YouTube University, man. Like, I just Google and YouTube and figure out how stuff works.
I don't think they teach this in college.
That is very true.
I'm 1,000% certain that they don't teach anything like this in
Then,
college.
then it's free online, man. You want
Right.
to do Facebook marketing, check it out.
Right.
I've been learning a lot.
Yeah.
So
I have to check it out more, because
Yeah.
I familiarized myself with like very small little bit, but I need
Right.
to,
And so that would be the next part of Motiv. So it's the video and the video creation and whatnot. And that's personally what I want to focus most of my time on. And then eventually in the future, we'll look to hire someone who's, a Facebook Pixel ad specialist. So
if someone that is a Facebook Pixel specialist wants to get in contact, they can.
absolutely.
Of course, ahead of time. So what's the future of Motiv look like?
Continue to grow, man.
Yeah.
We are, keep working with developing and getting better. I'd love to get better at my craft. So I'm constantly finding ways to get better, obviously add team members and people who can help us out, and continue to kind of get our name out there. Because I think, like, obviously people do what we do, but I think at the end, once we get to where we want to be, it's going to be like we kind of do it different, and we have meaningful relationships with companies and people. But yeah, ultimately just continue to grow.
Yeah, and I think you guys will. I think the way that you guys do their Motiv does things is very good.
I appreciate that.
And I think that the humor aspects
Yeah,
are definitely on point.
everyone's human, man.
Everyone's human. Exactly.
Everyone has a little funny side.
Exactly, and
Yeah.
I think you can bring it out in them. So
Yeah, absolutely.
yeah, just keep leaning into that, and then everything else. And I think you guys will be taking over the world. So
For sure.
yeah. Well, if they did want to if anyone was interested in either kind of talking with you about Motiv, what Motiv's futures look like, how maybe they can fit into it, or just look into maybe asking you about your services, what they can do for you.
Yep.
How would they be best reaching out to you?
Email it's Jordan at Motiv MM. That's 2 M's. People think it's MN, like Minnesota,
Oh, right.
but it's Motiv Marketing and Media. So motivmm.com. Jordan at motivmm.com.
And it's Jordan with an
AN. JORDAN.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
And then phone number 612-750-7466. I'll put all this stuff right here. And then let's see, Instagram is Motiv MM.
I think so. Yeah.
At Motiv MM.
Yeah.
Facebook, Motiv Marketing and Media. But yeah, any of those.
Excellent.
Absolutely.
Any little last tidbits?
Make videos, guys.
Yeah.
Or have me make a video for you.
That's even better.
It's big.
Yeah.
It's big in this day and age, and it's going to continue to grow. And people, are able to relate, and you can change their mood. You can affect how they're going to, interact with your product or service with a meaningful video. So
very true.
Hit me up.
Make some videos.
Yep. Let's do it.
Let's get it. All right. Well, thank you so much for joining us, everybody. Take care. Stay classy.